Okay, cool. So let's look at CJ. I don't know what this is, but it has to get off. All right. All right. So as I look at the chart on CJ, the first thing I'm going to do really is just look at the daily time frame.
Okay.
Right. So as I look at the daily time frame, I'm just really trying to focus on what, who knows what I'm looking for on the daily. Can someone tell me what am I looking for when I go to the daily time frame?
Structure
Okay, structure is one thing. What's something else that I'll be looking for in the daily time frame?
maybe the trend.
There we go. Who said that?
I said that
Whoever I said that is, good job.
is fumes, brother. It's
I
Farhat.
got you. I see you. I'm messing with you. All right, cool. So trend. The first thing I'm looking for is the trend, guys. I need to figure out which direction should I be looking to take a position. Am I looking for a buy? Am I looking for a sell? According to what the trend is. So overall, looking at this trend line, guys, the easiest way to determine which direction the market is in, you want to focus on where current price is at. So if we're looking for current price is the current candle that the market is currently creating, forming, which is right here. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So if I start from right here, if I'm looking at this chart from where I'm currently at, I'm going to focus on the highest point that I see in the market and the very lowest point that I see, right? And what I mean by that is I'm going to look to if I'm currently sitting, if I'm currently sitting right here, what is the highest point and the lowest point that I see on my chart? What I mean by that is I'm gonna use this horizontal line, and the highest point that I see on this chart, technically, this right here. The lowest point that I see on the chart is technically all the way down here. Can y'all see that? Let me mark it so I make sure y'all can
Yes.
see what I mean. So according to this, this is the lowest point that I see on this chart, and this is
Mm-hmm.
the highest point that I see on this chart. Now, looking at this, guys, if I'm currently here and I see that the lowest point that I was at was way down here, you guys tell me if we started here and we're all the way here, did we go up or down?
Up.
Up. Right there automatically tells you that we are currently moving upward. So if I was to draw a trend line here, right? If I was to say, oh, let's draw a trend line, you can see that the market has been pushing up. Also, you can see that the market has still been pushing up, right? Even if I put it here, you can see that the market has still been pushing up. All right. So we're not going to talk about breaks or highs and lows just yet. But ultimately, looking at this, if we place this trend line like this, we can see that the market has still been going upwards. So that's one thing that I'm already put in my head. Okay, the market is trending up. So I only need to be looking for buys. That right there helps you out a whole lot itself. It's just knowing which direction that you're looking to trade in. All right. So based off of that, what I'm then going to do, now let's talk about this assignment that I gave you guys. So the first part was trend identification, right? We already chose our one pair, which is CAD JPY. What we need to determine, right, is we open the daily chart. We're currently on the daily chart, okay? We need to
Mm-hmm.
determine if the market is in the uptrend or downtrend, or is it ranging or sideways. We already confirmed that overall we're in the uptrend, okay? Now, can someone explain why we stated we were in an uptrend? I know I kind of already stated it, but someone explain why
It's,
we are agreeing that we're in an uptrend.
it's because the price is still moving up from the time it was the lowest.
You said the price is still doing what again? I'm sorry.
The price, sorry, I'm outside. The price is going up still,
Hmm.
even though it broke the structure, but when we look at the trend line, it's still going up
Perfect.
from the overall trend, I
Perfect.
mean.
I got you. So what he stated was the price is still going up from where it first started. So it first started all the way down here, according to what we see on our chart, and we're currently sitting here. So that means, according to the market, from where we started all the way down here, the prices literally went up already 800 and something pips. Right. So we've been up 800 something pips. So we know that market is moving in an upward trend. All right. So now our next focus, part two, is support and resistance. Right. So when it comes to support and resistance, I told you guys to draw two support levels and two resistance levels. This is what's going to make it very, very easy for y'all. Like once you understand that part where you get the daily and then you focus on the support and resistance, you'll know where your targets need to be. You'll know where you need to be entering the trade, exiting the trade, because it'll be a zone there that lets you know, hey, I have to break this in order to do something. Or I have to come here and make a reaction in order to make another move. All right. So the way that we find our support and resistance, what I'm going to do is from there, I'm going to remember where I currently am. Again, this line shows me that this is current price. All right. Now, I only need I need two supports, two resistance. All right. Everybody understands that in the uptrend, your support levels are your lows, and then your highs are your resistance levels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. For anyone that's confused, I'm gonna repeat that again. In the uptrend, you have a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. All right. I want you to understand that in the uptrend, the lows are your support levels. All right. The highs are your resistance levels. All right. So if I were to, for example, drag this out, you can kind of see what I mean by that. Resistance, support, breakthrough resistance, now support, breakthrough resistance, now support, and so on and so forth. All right. So what we're going to do is we're only going to find four areas where markets creates support and resistance. All right. And this is how we're going to determine this. We're going off the daily time frame. All right. We're going to still focus on the daily. And I'm going to show you guys something. So starting from here, all right, starting from here, this is where we're currently at. All right. Market created resistance, support, resistance, support. Everybody see that? I confusing
Yes.
it? Okay. Now I'm just gonna put four boxes up here, y'all. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put four boxes. All right. So I'm gonna start from this support, this resistance, this support, this resistance. That's it. That's it. That's all. All right. That's it. That's all. Again, that's it. That's all. Now, according to what I have, market is currently here. My previous high was here. My previous low was here. Okay, let's take it back. My most recent high was here. My most recent low was here. My previous high was here. My previous low was here. So according to everything that's here, guys, I want y'all to understand from this low to this high, market created a higher low, but it did not create, technically did not create anything higher than this. I know that may look like it, but to me, that's a double top, right? To me, that's a double top. So this is equal structure to me, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my Fibonacci retracement tool, and my Fibonacci retracement tool is literally going to come from this low here, because this is the last true low that we created, and then this was the last true high up here. I'm just going to drag this. All right. So now, does this make sense? Am I confusing anybody so far? Y'all good?
No, it makes sense.
Okay, perfect. This is literally our system, literally the strategy that I'm teaching you guys right now. We're not worried about everything that's down here. We have no control over that. We're literally focusing on this low and this high. And anything that's inside of this is our retracement of what we're looking for. So we can then create a new higher high up in this area. All right. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for market to create a new higher high, or it can create another equal high. Remember, this is TP1 here. This is TP2 here. So TP1 will be another equal high. TP2 will be a new higher or a higher high. All right. So
Mhm.
from there, guys, I can remove this because I don't want to throw y'all off. But this is just me guiding you through how to do this. Next week, I'm going to expect somebody to do this exact thing, whether you're watching the recording or you're currently listening to me live. I will not touch TradingView until someone does this. So if they don't want to do it, we probably won't even have a call next week, you know? So literally what I'm doing, guys, is what I want you to literally practice so you can understand how to do this. Once you understand how to do this, you can make money on your own. I promise you. All right. So from there, this is the part that gets a lot of people. What we're going to do now, right, is go over to the 4 hour time frame. We on the daily. We already focused on the daily. You got the structure on the daily. I even gave you guys the daily highs and lows, right? So now let's go to the 4 hour. All right. Now, 4 hours where it starts getting a little sticky. All right. A little tricky, a little confusing, a little sticky. I get it. I understand. Now, based off of this, we still have the same thing, right? We still have the previous low, previous high. We got this nice little higher low right here. And then we got an equal high. And then market started to play around and do whatever it wanted to do. Ultimately, once market created this higher low, we should have got a new higher high. But we got a double top. All right, equal highs. Market came down a little bit, created a little high, low, lower high, and then ever since then it's been kind of retracing still and sitting at this area, sitting at this zone, which is nice. This is what we want to see. 61.8 entry is what we want. All right. Now, the only thing with this is that we have to understand that if we're looking for a higher low or market to create a legit support at this area, let's go ahead and expand that now because we thought that this was going to be our higher low, right? The market had other plans to start doing other stuff. And as you can see, this whole entire zone, this is currently, hold on, let me pull this up. So this is currently where market is at right now, right? We done broke past our 61.8, which is actually where we want to enter the market, all right? Technically, if we were looking to enter this trade, this is the type of setup that we would have. An entry at the 61.8, our stop loss below the 78.6% level, honestly, below this support level right here, because I want y'all to understand this right here. Anything that you see to the left is what's going to confirm whether your trade is going to bounce off of support or not. Remember, the lows are the support that pushes us up to a resistance. So this right here is a support. As you can see, let's drag it all the way out so y'all can see how market bounces and reacts. As you can see, look to the left. Support shot up, support shot up, support shot up. Didn't quite win it. Touch support, shot up, came through right here, played around, consolidated. This is a prime example right here of what we can possibly see: accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. But we ain't gonna talk. I'm jumping the gun right now. But anyways, support is here. Another level of support right here, right? And then this last line of defense right here for us. This is the last line of support for us right here. Does everybody understand that part? This is what makes the market move. It don't just some automatically hit a certain area and start pushing up. This is a first line of support, second line of support, third line of support. I want you guys to understand, well, Zay, I don't really know where I should enter off of if it's that many areas of support. Makes sense. But this is how you know when to enter the market, right? So we're looking at the 4 hour. Let me pull this up so I can give you guys the actual setup, right? Was that a 1 to 3? Yep, that's a 1 to 3. So technically, first take profit, where we're kind of targeting. I would say actually since we came up a little bit higher, we kind of did go higher, but we just didn't let's move that up because we did go higher. We didn't create a new high. We just wicked up there. So mindful of this is where we would place our take profit. Sorry. This is where we're placing our take profit. And that's kind of like where we have our stop loss. So basically right below this structure right here, ultimately. All right. So just pretty much below this area. So when we look to the left, we see that support, support, support. So market can literally break through this, but this right here is the safest place because this was the last low before the big push up, right? So this is just nothing but support, support, or a good break and retest type of thing. But your last low is actually here. Not anything here, but look to the left, but look below to the left. This is where you want to make sure you place a safe stop loss. But anyways, um, make sure your trade at least gives you a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Again, where we kind of have stop loss might not be ideal, but that's the safest. So what you probably want to do is go ahead and place your take profit to 0%, or just go ahead and give yourself a good old 1 to 3 risk to reward, which you could go all the way to negative 27, but we're gonna put it there because that gives you a 1 to 3. All right. Or what you could do is easily have your entry down into where your stop loss gives you that 1 to 3 as well at your 0%. There's many ways that you can do this, right? But I know for sure what doesn't get moved is your take profit. Well, I'm not gonna say your take profit don't get moved, but your stop loss doesn't move. Your entry is what moves, right? So if you feel like you're here and you're risking too much, not a 1 to 3, that entry is what you need to move, most likely, right, to get you a better entry. But nonetheless, to figure out when is the best time to get into this trade, because we've done majority of everything now, it's just the last step that we need to pay attention to, right? So now we know that we're just waiting for market to create our true higher low because we now have a low high. This seemed to be a higher low. We got an equal high, and then market came down and started playing around in this area right here. Now, in order for us to determine when is the time to actually get into this buy, there's one thing that we need market to do. Can someone tell me? Who knows? I'm just looking at the little retracement that the market is giving. What's one thing that we need to see market do before we actually look to actually get into this trade, or what we should have waited for in this case? Because right
Break
here,
the trend,
say that one more time.
break the downtrend, the
Break the
small
downtrend.
downtrend.
Break the small downtrend. What do we call a downward trend in the uptrend? What a little small downward trend in the uptrend. What is that called? Who knows?
Retracement, as
Ret-
Matt said, or bearish, bullish.
Retracement. In the uptrend, you have a high, and then you have this little low. This low, or whatever the market is doing to create this low, is called a retracement or a pullback. Market gives you a push up, pull back, push up. Think of it like a slingshot. When you pull back on a slingshot and you release it, pow. That's what you want to see the market do. Y'all hear my sound effect? Pow. You feel me? That's what you're doing. So when you got a slingshot, you pull back on that slingshot, you expect market to take off, right? So same thing with retracements. You wait for market to pull back. So when it pulls back, it gives you momentum onto the upside, right? Think of it like a baseball pitch. You know what I'm saying? You, I'm just giving y'all little examples. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's a pullback. You feel me? So once you understand that right now we're currently in a retracement. We're currently in a pullback because once that pullback finishes, guys, we want that momentum to push us through to our take profit. Simple, right? So from here, that trend line, we got a lower high here, 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 and a lower high here. Y'all see that? All we need to see, me personally, all I need to see market do is, Lord, I ain't asked for all that AI. AI just be all in the way now. All right. So all we need to see is market break this lower high. That's me personally. Once it comes back to the 6218, I'm getting in the trade. That's just me. I'm getting in the trade once it gets back to like comes back above my 61.8 because I know for a fact what market can probably do. Once it comes back to this area, it can take off. It can come to this area and just keep on right on going, right? But the best way is to wait for market to, in this case, what we're doing is sweeping this liquidity at the support. Once market comes back up or breaks back above here, it's something that I like to call fair value gaps. that I like to actually get a confirmation of an entry on is when I see a big bullish push like this, understanding that they're going to be huge candlesticks and they're going to be some type of big old momentum happening here. We might even see like a bullish engulfing. Market create us a nice OB order block or something like that. And we can literally just wait for a pullback to get into our trade and target this area. That's literally what we did on EU, guys. We waited for market to play around, play around, play around. And then once that structure was ready to show us what it wanted to do, we got into the trade. So same thing here, guys. All we're waiting for is market to break through one of these lower highs. Once that bullish momentum kicks in, we're good, right? Right now, we're still in the retracement phase, right? We still waiting on market to do whatever market is going to do. Hopefully, market can give us something like this. That way we can, you know what I'm saying, get up in there. Because now we getting, instead of we getting lower lows, because right now we getting lower lows and lower highs. But once we start getting higher highs and higher lows, it's go time. Stop loss can go right below whatever the lowest wick is over here. You can be more aggressive and place it below here, or you can be more conservative and keep it below this area. I think where we have it at is like 112.25, I think. Not 112, 113.25, if I'm not mistaken. I think our stop loss is 113.25. Yeah. So what we have it at is not bad at all. All right. What we have it at is not bad. All right. We just need market to go ahead and start showing us signs of, all right, now the retracement is done. Let's go ahead and get some bullish momentum, get higher highs and higher lows. But all I want to see, guys, for real, is market give us a nice big push to the upside. I would love to see it break above here. And all I'm waiting for is a nice retracement and then take it on. Like I said, I'm already in it, right? But I would love to see that because that'll confirm the trade. And then I can add an actual entry, the actual lot size that I really want to use on it, right? 'Cause typically what I do on my first entries, call my first entry dummy entries. Because for one, I don't know if my entry is the best entry. Do I have extra comfort? Unless I have complete confirmation on everything, then I enter with the lot size that I want, right? But if I feel like there's a possibility that the market, I haven't waited on market to break the like that previous lower high that it created or the previous structure to complete the retracement, then I might just, you know what I'm saying, just to be safe, I might use a smaller lot size. And then once I get that confirmation, I use the actual lot size and let that trade play out, right? But from what we have, this is perfect, honestly. Nothing that I probably would have done differently at all on this trade. I say the last thing that we need to see is market just break this retracement trend line. And all we need is a break of a lower high, right? Break a structure, right? That's all we need, a break of structure. Really a change of character, right? We can break above this right here, this little downtrend we're getting, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We can break above that. We good, just go there. Any questions? No questions, we good? Okay. So the last thing, guys, we went from the daily to the 4 hour. Now the 1 hour is where we get our entry off of, right? 1 hour. I want you to understand something. If you're marking up your charts on the daily, your entry needs to be the 1 hour time frame. I want you to understand how these higher time frames correlate. All right. I'm gonna give y'all some free game. I don't know if I ever told y'all this or not, but I'm gonna give y'all some free game right here. So according to the higher time frame, key levels, the daily time frame, your entries need to be the H1, the 1 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, if you're looking at key levels, your entry needs to be the 15 minute. On the 1 hour time frame, your entry should be the 5 minute. And on a 15 minute time frame, your entry should be a 1 minute. Right. So depending on what type of trader you are, day traders or swing traders, daily time frame. Day traders, intraday traders. Well, I say day traders, 4 hour time frame. Intraday traders, 1 hour time frame, and my scalpers, 15 minute time frame. All right. So Say that one more time. If you're looking at structure on the daily, the 1 hour is your entry. Structure on the 4 hour, 15 minute is your entry. Structure on the 1 hour, 5 minute is your entry. Structure on the 15 minute, 1 minute is your entry. All right. So again, all we waiting on a break, change of character, right? Because basically breaking structure is like when I want you to understand something. A break of structure is when you're actually when the trend continues to if you're in a downtrend and the market continues to break lows, that's what you call a break of structure. But when you're in a downtrend and the market breaks a lower high, that's what you're gonna see change of character. All right. I want y'all to understand that. So far you can look and see that we're seeing breaking structure, breaking structure, breaking structure, breaking structure. We don't have a change of character yet. As y'all see right here, when we had a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, market ended up breaking above this lower high. That's why you see change of character. I know some of y'all may get confused between change of character and breaking structure. So understand when the market continues to break the structure of the trend that it's actually going in, that's when it's going to say BOS or breaking structure. When it breaks the structure in the opposite direction of the trend, it's going to say change of character. Okay? Drop a one in the chat box if that makes sense. All right, perfect. All right, y'all. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so literally 1 hour time frame now. 1 hour time frame. All right. Again, all we're gonna do on the 1 hour is we just waiting on the entry, right? We just waiting on an entry. We don't have nothing to really go off of an entry yet. What we need to see is once we break structure, right? Once we break structure, or you see a change of character. Once you get a change of character, wait for a pullback to get your entry. All right. We just need to see market, you know what I'm saying? Probably do one of these nice little ones. If we create this lower high here, market code here, create a lower low, and then creates a lower high up here. All right, let's say market creates a lower high up here. That's perfect. The moment market breaks above that, right? The moment we see change of character right here, guys, we about to cook. Because all we need to see now is a pullback. Because if I see a low here, lower high, higher low, higher high, oh yeah, it's game time. I'm gonna go ahead and get up in that buy and have no regrets on what happens after that. Because now we just broke a lower high and now we have a change of character. All I need to see is a retracement into one of my gaps or a bullish engulfing right here. You know what I'm saying? Either a fair value gap inside of something like this move that created a new high, or a bullish engulfing. I'm entering based off of something in this. Technically, like I said, the 6,218 is the area. So as long as I see a breakout, I'm looking for a pullback retracement into maybe a bullish engulfing, any type of candlestick pattern, fair value gap, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm looking to re-enter in this area because now I know we got to change the character. We just pulling back and then we looking for that momentum to keep going. That's it. That's it. That's all. All right. So any questions, guys? I know it is currently, what time is it? I'm not even sure. 10:51. We got 9 minutes left on the call. Any questions? Did any of this make sense? Did I confuse anybody? How y'all feel about everything I just went over? I literally just went over the strategy for y'all from the daily 4 hour to the 1 hour. And let me go ahead and end recording so it won't be super long in this recorder.